Aloha, and welcome to today's episode of Mystimon Saga, The Hidden Archives. Just off the, right off the bat, I want to let everyone know that next week, starting Wednesday, we are going to be starting up a special event starting Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, and going every week until we finish off this special event adventure where we will be playtesting the Kineticist, a new class for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So please join us for Curse of Dragons starting next week on Wednesday. And without further ado, when we last left our investigators... Yeah, that's you guys. When we last left our investigators, you got a tip from Crystal that Xulgoth was going to make off with something from the museum. And so you decided to head over to the museum along with Gwoi and Ira and do a stakeout and wait for Xulgoth and to stop him. Only didn't exactly go to plan, because you noticed that there was some sort of trouble going on between Gwoi and Ira, and at one point Ira said something, and then Gwoi said something else, and then Ira just stormed off, and she was standing with Bifrost and talking, when suddenly you all heard Gwoi scream, and Ira just bolted towards where she heard that scream and found Gwoi unconscious on the floor. And she, as she was cradling Gwoi's head in her lap, Xulgoth appeared and seemed to be taunting her. And then after a bit of an interaction with Xulgoth, as he decided to make friends with the mummy in the corner. Weird guy. I don't think any of us want to know who his friends are. Does he have any friends? Bifrost, you and I believe Kia, you got Gwoi and Ira out of there and took her to a church.
Yes.
And Ira made the really difficult decision to call in her mother. You know that she was still not on very good terms with her mother. But Luna came in no time flat. She arrived and told you that Xulgoth was predictable, and she knew exactly what this was. She knew exactly what he was doing, and told you that you needed to head to his castle on the west coast and find the focus for this curse and destroy it. No pressure.
Should be fine. It's easy.
Should be fine. Should be fine. Except when you got to the castle, Xulgoth, of course, greeted you, as any as anyone who is entertaining guests would, and he decided to entertain his guests in the best way possible, and have his castle change and shift around on you. And that is where we pick up with you in the staircase as it is moving around, and suddenly you see Rick fall off the staircase, and you have no idea where he ended up.
So we just lost the spy who was sent by the Pharaoh to keep tabs on us?
You actually think he was sent by the Magi Guard, not exactly the Pharaoh.
Okay, well, I feel better about them than I do about the Pharaoh. And Rick seemed nice. Seemed. He wrote a lot, too. I was very happy to see that.
Yeah, he was always writing. Hopefully he's okay.
Someone's going to need to talk to Xulgoth about his style of party games. This is not the way you entertain guests.
Tell Xulgoth that.
Alright, so the stairs that were supposed to be going up are going down now or something like that?
It's moving around just in a circle right now.
So, like, spiraling or actually just doing really weird things?
It's this whole staircase as a whole is just moving in a circle right now. It's not spiraling, it's just moving in a circle right now, and who knows where it's going to end up. And as you speak, suddenly more steps start to appear out of the darkness below, and the staircase now seems to be extending upward.
Well, up was the direction originally. So we should stick together?
Sounds good.
Hold on to each other. Hold on to your butts.
In fact, as we're making our way up, I have some rope. Should we tie lengths of rope, and that way if things fall out or we have a problem, we can rescue each other?
So you don't lose each other like you just lost Rick?
Yeah. Does that sound reasonable?
I mean, if we'd been grabbed on Rick, then we'd have just been dragged into whatever mechanisms and...
Well, I have a little advantage if it's really bad. Because I can actually use one ability I have to fly a little bit. But only for a limited time.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not level 9 yet.
No, not yet. You were saying?
I think it's a bit risky. If one person gets pulled in, they're...
I am heavier than you as well, so I understand. So we should just be careful.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna continue to try and ascend. Hopefully we're heading in the right direction then.
Hold on to your butts. Yeah, the part of the staircase that you're on is now moving upwards as more steps start to come up from the bottom and attach themselves up to this staircase. And you look up. As you look up, it looks like the walls are moving upwards as well.
So nothing is reliable here.
Nothing. And it's definitely not going to be the same as it was when you were here last time.
He knows we're here. Nothing is hidden in that regard. We have to find the object that should be in his sanctum, right?
Yes.
Do we know exactly what we're looking for?
Luda gave you some description, but she said it might be hidden, but you will know it when you see it.
The first door that we have available to ourselves, then we should probably take, I think. I would not want to split up, but we need to start looking for things.
Sure.
Okay, so the tower starts extending upwards, and you almost get, like, dizzy as this is going on. Make me fortitude saves. Okay, so, you do kind of feel a little queasy.
Sickened, or?
Yeah, second. Second one.
Okay, I'll retch and roll fortitude save to try and clear it.
Alright. Hopefully it doesn't hit, Rick down below. 32. You clear it?
This is an unusual experience for me.
Yeah.
It's a -1 on all rolls, right?
Believe so, yes. But I will double check.
And it's not the worst thing to have outside of combat. Because you spend an action to retch and
Yeah. So
take your save.
fair enough. I will. I don't have. I don't have a mouth. So I'm gonna clear all of my pipes, literally.
You take a status penalty equal to this value on all of your checks and DCs. And you can't willingly ingest anything, including elixirs and potions.
Okay, well, I don't normally ingest things, but that's okay. I will. That's my extra fortitude save there to try and fix it.
Yep. You clear it.
So for a moment, I make a noise like somebody like hitting all the keys in a pipe organ, blowing air out of every little tube and hole I have. Okay. Yes, I have no face, no mouth. There's a series of holes under the bottom of the head that are where all the sound comes from generally, and then I've got pipes in the back in the things that look like wings but don't actually flap. Because Niven is interesting that way. Tell me that Niven wouldn't have done something like that.
Knowing Quarry the way I do, probably.
Yep. It looks cool, but it does it in a completely different way that nobody else does it.
He's always been different that way.
That's the peril dream of having another player who becomes your god, is that all of a sudden you're sort of stuck to his whims.
Yeah, and finally, everything seems to slow down and stop as the staircase finally settles down and figures out where it's going to stay. For now. And as you come up to the landing, as you come up to the landing, you find yourselves in a hallway that looks very different, Bifrost, from what it was before. It looks so different. And it does... You're like, where are we? Where has it spit us out now? What the hell?
As we come in, Bifrost tells Kia, looking at notes that were written in its journal, tells Kia what this room, or at least a room that should have been here, looked like when we were here last, and it's completely and utterly different.
Yeah, the room that was here before is now gone. It's not there anymore. It's just one long hallway that has two turns to the right and the left, and there's no doors that you can see right now. But there are sconces along each of the walls, so you can clearly see your way around here. There's just bare walls otherwise.
So, empty as all get out.
Yeah. Very empty.
No other door?
No other door. Very empty and very lonely. Just the way Xulgoth likes it.
It does sound like him. I don't know that we want to wander through every single part of this funhouse. Although I'm sure that's great amusement for them.
Great entertainment for the stream.
Let's play along for now, I suppose.
Is there any reason, while we're making our way back to the stairwell, is there any reason that you could think of why Xulgoth wouldn't keep this in the same place that Xulgoth is likely hiding right now?
And you'd know better than I.
I mean, if Xulgoth expects us to find it and fears that somehow being there would put him in danger, then perhaps. But otherwise, I think he would consider himself his best defender.
He strikes me as something of a coward, though, so he's probably not super keen to be in the way of a fight.
He can defend himself far better than most. I've felt that pain myself.
Just because he's capable doesn't mean he isn't a coward.
I feel like he's closer to nihilistic than a coward, but I respect your position on that.
Well, all I've seen is a chuckling idiot laughing behind his illusions, so...
I think it's one way that he wants to wrong-foot us. There's a great deal of intelligence, but I don't know what drives. And every person has said that he's been different over time, and that he doesn't seem to always pursue the same ends. But I mean, he's literally plotting with beings that wish to destroy everything. There's got to be some reason why he would do that. I'm not expecting you to know. It's just, it is the thing that confuses me the most is that it's very difficult to understand what drives a person that seeks destruction with seemingly no end.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, my only input so far is that I've just found him to be quite tiresome more than anything. Maybe that will change, but
I sadly hope that you are right and that he's merely tiresome and this is all some vast entertainment.
well,
But we'll see.
So I guess one thing I'll do is, as we're sort of walking, is I'll run a piece of chalk along the walls as we walk. Just maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't, but
There's wisdom in that.
Yeah. So, chalk along the walls, and maybe that will help shed some light on exactly where these hallways are shifting and turning as the castle continues to change.
So, do I carry anything that I'm pretty sure he made?
That Xulgoth made?
Yes.
Let me check your inventory.
Actually, I may have a better solution.
Pray tell.
I'm poring over the spell lists. As is my want whenever we play these things, because I'm like, there's got to be something here. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? There are two things that are iconic about Xulgoth. So far, everywhere we've gone, Xulgoth has that top hat. Xulgoth frequently also carries a blade or a cane, yes?
Yeah, it's a sword cane.
Yeah, specifically his sword cane. I've seen it. I've felt it. I've been stabbed by it. Run through, in fact.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take. I'm gonna, once we get ourselves to another room that seems to be valuable, I think I'm going to do something. It's going to take me about 10 minutes, and I'll tell that to Kia. I have an idea, but it'll take about 10 minutes for me to do this.
okay. Do you think it's worthwhile?
I think it'll give me a direction, and that's useful.
Very useful in a castle that keeps shifting around.
Yes.
Go for it.
So once we find our next room, first of all, we'll deal with whatever in the room just to be sure, and then I will do my trick.
Okay. So, which hallway are you going? Are you going down? Toward the right or the left?
Do you have a preference?
Well, it's your plan.
Both of those hallways, I know what used to be there, but it should be completely and utterly different now. The right used to lead up, and the left used to lead down, if I recall. So perhaps we.
Yeah.
So perhaps we'll go left. See if, since chaos seems to be to do the opposite of things, perhaps that'll take us up.
Alright, so down the left hallway you go. Where you stop, nobody knows. And...
So true.
And you find yourselves at yet another fork. This one seems to be going left, right, and another hallway forward.
Okay. Do we see a doorway in either any of those hallways?
Make me a perception check.
That goes well. To do perception.
I think I'll use my. Oh, I had 2. I should have 1.
Duality, man.
What are the chances of that?
I think I'll follow Kia. Kia has plenty of good sight on this one.
Yeah, very good sight. You kind of, Bifrost, you kind of got a little turned around by Xulgoth's trickery here for a second.
The problem is that I've been here, so I know what to expect, and so the fact that everything is different
Yeah.
is throwing Bifrost all the time.
Yeah, it is really throwing you off, and Kia had the good sense to draw a chalk line across along the wall, and that is helping her. That is helping both of you. And you, Kia, you do spot a door at the far end of the hallway on the right.
Cool. I think we should maybe give this right hallway a go.
Okay.
Let's do that.
As you do that, make me perception checks. Let's see if you spot this.
Oof.
Try not to roll a 1.
Now we've switched.
Yeah, Bifrost, Ekia both, but Bifrost, you definitely catch this immediately. It seems like as you continue to walk down that hall, it keeps stretching onward, and it seems like no matter how far down that hall you walk, that door at the far end is not getting any closer. In fact, it's getting further away.
Ah, Xeno's hallway. We have an illusion here, perhaps?
Yeah, you do think it's an illusion, Bifrost, with that 20 on the die.
So, how do we, other than, I mean, I could just try to dispel, but can we just disbelieve, or is that not a reasonable thing?
You could make will saves.
Sure.
That's good.
Looks nice. So, is the hall actually? Is there no door? Is it?
Yeah.
What do we see?
There is a door there, and as you kind of take a moment and collect yourselves, you notice that that door has what looks like a kind of window hole there, and make me a perception check.
Yeah. I
God,
don't.
Bifrost, you are just going back and forth today.
Oh yeah. That's okay. Good thing we have more than one player here.
Yeah. So, Kia, this kind of catches you off guard for a second. You notice this, like, snake-like shadow, and you kind of take a double check for a second, and then notice that it looks like a tentacle. There is a tentacle writhing in that room beyond that kind of window hole there.
I'll point to that. It doesn't seem like an imminent threat, like it's with the attack, or is it just there?
You are really not sure.
Oh, yeah, hanging back a little, point about Bifrost. Any thoughts?
About what?
This-
Bifrost.
This weird tentacle thing.
Bifrost, like, swivels, looks all around. I
Bifrost has gotten really turned around.
I didn't see any tentacles.
I'm pointing at it. You're...
Oh, that's a 10. Okay, I was just taking that as he's so obsessed with things of a strange and perverse nature. I honestly thought it was like artwork or something. That's real?
As far as I can see,
yeah, it's writhing. It's moving.
Does it look like it's in pain, or is it just writhing like it's trying to grab us?
It just looks like it's writhing and moving in there. For
Okay.
no apparent reason.
I don't think what we're looking for will have tentacles. I think this is as good a place as any. And I think that if I wait too long, we're just playing into his hands. I'm going to cast Locate.
Just right
and
here
I'm going
in this hallway?
Yes, I'm just going to stand in the hallway away from the door so I can't be grabbed by a tentacle. And I'm going to spend 10 minutes casting the Locate spell, specifically to locate the sword cane I am so very, very familiar with.
Alright.
Xulgoth's sword cane. And it should give me the location within 500, if it's within 500 feet. In any direction.
Alright, nice.
So I'm spending the 10 minutes to cast a spell.
So, you spend 10 minutes to cast a spell here.
Right, so
and I guess Kia is going to keep watch.
Yeah, I'll just keep guard.
Sketch it out. Call on spirits. Look around.
So, as Kia's looking around, Kia, make me a perception check. Alright, so 24. Kia, as you're looking around, you suddenly your eyes just glance downwards, and you suddenly notice a crack forming at the base of the wall on the right-hand side, right next to Bifrost. And that crack is starting to move towards Bifrost, as it looks like a trap door or something is opening underneath him.
Is the crack like between me and Bifrost, or is it like, or you know, or am I on the other side of Bifrost?
You're on the other side. You're on the other side.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. Bifrost, come towards me quickly.
Can
Run.
I do that without breaking the spell?
Let me take a look at that spell.
Yeah. Locate.
It is sustained, so I believe not.
But I didn't cast it yet, so I'm in the process of casting it, correct?
Yeah.
Will I lose the Mystia that I'm summoning here, or will it just not take it away?
You won't lose the Mystia, no.
Okay. Because I know that others see things I do not, I will move, as Kia is indicating, in hopes of avoiding whatever is supposed to be opening.
Yeah, and make me a reflex save.
Ah, the reflex. My best trait ever. Nope.
Nope. Kia, you want to make a reflex save to try to grab him?
Sure.
Because suddenly the trap door that was opening slowly suddenly just slams open, and Kia manages to grab your arm just in time as you are starting to fall down into this pit. And Bifrost, as you look below into this pit, you can see this mass of writhing tentacles.
This is not a reasonable way to build a castle. This does not make sense.
Okay, so Kia, you need to make a athletics check to try to pull him up.
How deep is the pit?
Very deep. It is at least 50 feet or more.
Nice. Can I aid with my athletics as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So Kia, you managed to pull him up. And both of you make me stress saves from that.
Is that just a will save?
Yeah. Okay, you're good.
Wow. We are in sync today.
Yes, you are.
Alright. Hopefully Jackie will be here soon and we will have an extra set of skills here.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, yes. So, maybe this is not the place to do it. Perhaps we backtrack towards the stairs.
Yeah, sure, that's probably sensible.
I don't think that. Why would he have so many tentacles here? There's no point in that many tentacles. Really, what thing needs that many tentacles? If a few tentacles don't do the job, will more really make it better?
Who knows what runs through the mind of that psychopath?
This is not good. This is not. There's something really wrong inside that person. And that's probably the worst part of it. So yes, it's time to trek back. I hope Rick is okay. I hope he didn't fall into a gigantic pit of tentacles.
Yeah, we can only hope. Evelyn's still with you, though. She's just quiet right now, as though in meditation. So you track back to the staircase, following the chalk line. But as you're following the chalk line, you notice that the second hallway that was there at the right hand side at the first turn, it's not there anymore. And the chalk line just stops abruptly right there on this just plain wall. And then you move, you turn, you look to your right, and the staircase isn't there anymore. And its place is just another hallway that's continuing onward.
Okay. We're not in a normal place.
What was your first clue?
It isn't just like... It's not just illusions, because we saw the illusions, and we saw through them, but this whole place is enchanted in a way that speaks of a really powerful kind of magic.
Yeah. So, but
Well,
no way out but through, I guess. But I mean, honestly, the place just seems sufficiently screwy that may as well just keep trying to cast your spell here, see what happens.
we'll try. So I begin again trying to cast the locate spell for Xulgoth's Sword King.
Alright. A few minutes pass, and Kia, you notice a wall just slammed down right where the staircase was. So now there's just a brick wall there. And a few minutes more pass, and another wall slams down where you just came out from. That hallway you just came from.
And now we're in a little cell.
And then a portion of the wall moves up and reveals another hallway right in the middle. It's a fun house. So that's what happens over the course of this 10 minutes as you finally manage to cast your spell.
And we are trying to locate Xulgoth's Sword King.
So your spell casts, and
yes.
Bifrost, you remember that he has a peculiar ability that allows him to project himself and be in more than one place at the same time.
Yes.
And that's what you're kind of picking up here. It says 500 feet is a range.
Yep.
What you're picking up here is you're picking up one sword cane somewhere in this castle, but you're also picking up like a ping coming towards the south of the castle, a long ways away. You can't tell exactly where it's coming from because it's beyond that 500 feet range. But you're picking up like multiple pings here.
That's fair. I'm going to move towards the nearest. I'm going to point first and indicate to Kia. That's where his weapon is closest. There are more than one of these specific weapons that I'm picking up, but that's the one that's closest to us. And it's probably like a bare wall that I'm pointing to.
You're pointing towards the hallway that just opened.
Oh, lovely. Up or down?
It's just moving forward.
Oh.
Just going forward.
Well, it seems as though we're being asked to tea.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. While we're making our way that way, I have my shield. I have my notebook. I have a hand writing notes. My empty hand, I think I'm going to keep empty for now. But I will encourage Kia to be prepared just in case. And let's start heading towards where the closest to the sword canes is.
Okay. So you head down that hallway.
And I'm going to continue sustaining until such a time as there's a better thing to do.
As you move down that hallway, suddenly this really catches you off guard, and make me reflex saves. As suddenly a piece of the floor before you moves upward into a step, and then another one moves upward. It's like this staircase is forming just right before you.
Wow. This is my worst save. But a good roll.
Yeah, good rolls. Yeah, you managed to stop yourself just before that that little step appeared, so it didn't trip you. And now you've got a staircase before you that's going up.
Well, I cleared my social calendar, so I'm good to go for a visit. How about you, Kia?
Well, we've got your lead, so let's follow along.
Sounds fair.
You go up the staircase, and you find yourselves in front of a door. This is a rather lovely door, though. It's not like the other one that was just this plain wooden door with a little window hole there with the writhing tentacle in there. This one's rather lovely. This is a one door that is painted in bright colors. And it's actually circular, too. It's kind of ovular shaped. And it has a doorknob right in the middle that's shaped like a flower.
Well, that definitely seems to be trying to send a message of sorts. Quiet's favorite things are flowers. I suspect this is supposed to be some piece of mockery. So, rather than trying to treat this like an infiltration, Bifrost will knock.
Okay. And you hear a voice from within say, "Come on in."
I will open the door.
So you open the door, and you find yourselves looking at a long table. And in chairs along this long table are these stuffed animals. But there are a couple of empty seats. And at the far end of the long table is Xulgoth himself. And he tips his hat to you. "Greetings. Salutations. Have some tea?"
I'm afraid I cannot, but my companion may choose to do so if she feels it's safe.
I'm going to throw a piece of chalk at him.
Okay, make a ranged attack check.
That's a good call.
What are you gonna start? I was gonna roll a d20 and see what figure out.
Critical hit.
A critical hit. And your chalk just it hits the hat right out of his hand.
You've chosen to be with us for the moment in some somewhat physical form.
Now that's not very sporting, now is it?
Come now, no harm was done.
Just checking everyone here is as they seem to be.
Now why wouldn't I?
Well, there are times when you do not. But
you know,
I see
perception
there-
is a funny thing. I may appear physical to you, but I may just be yet another illusion.
And I could put my sword through you this time and see if that works.
You could.
But I only see 2 chairs free for us.
Oh, don't you see the third? I left one just for the bird following you.
What about our friend the guard?
Oh, he's kind of wrapped up at the moment.
I assume that's purely figurative.
Is it? I have no idea.
Neither do I. Bifrost looks about, suddenly wondering if there's some type of clue here that would indicate something.
Okay. Make me perception checks. He is kind of just dead focused on Xulgoth.
Good call.
And Bifrost, you're looking around the room, and you notice that the room is very cutely decorated. There's like floral pattern wallpaper along the walls.
Are any of the props here similar to the... We found like a nursery or like a playroom, something that might have actually been a child's room the last time we were here.
Does it look similar? Yeah, it looks a little bit similar.
Like redecorated, but some of the props are the same?
Yeah, a little bit. How is the lovesick little girl?
What have you done?
Me? Why do I always get the blame?
The creature that you released into the library.
Who said I released it?
There seems to be something similar here in your castle.
Oh, you speak of the Xulgoth in the museum? You said I released it.
What was the creature then down the hallway and the pit? Was it not similar?
Oh, that might have been a little piece of Cthulhu.
You're harvesting pieces of this thing? Or are you opening paths?
I'm opening paths here and there.
Why?
Why
Bifrost
not?
physically turns everything towards Xulgoth. And everything is like every ounce of its body is showing complete attention. Why do you still seek this thing? You know its destruction, not just for the world, but even for you.
Why not?
What end is desirable when even your own is destroyed?
You partner yourself with these lesser races. And you've seen the destruction that these lesser races can do to each other and to us. You've seen the destruction that rocks can do. You've seen the destruction what they all can do. I'm only bringing them a taste of their own medicine.
Your analogy is flawed. Bifrost gestures with the one open hand. You speak about medicine as if seeking to cure, but your cure kills the host. You look at the creatures in the world and you see them causing destruction. In truth, there is a great deal of destruction caused by many individuals. But the world is not merely a showcase of destruction. I mean, my very existence is a testament to its opposite as well. What do you seek to create in its place?
a new world. A better world.
For whom?
Better for all, I presume.
But the beings that you seek to do this with have no care for the lives of short-lived beings like even you and I. My creator did not create in me any timed obsolescence, anything that would bring me to an end. And I assume that you have found ways around normal aging. But even we are the smallest, faintest speck in comparison to what those beings live in. And they don't give any regard for things like us. I struggle to understand, because if there was a way to find an end that would satisfy without destroying everything, I would want to help find that. If you want a place where there are only people like you, I am certain there are communities where that would be true. Would that not be enough?
There may be places where that would be true, but there are places where that is not true. And people like me are treated as less. And killed, and tortured, and raped. This world thrives on chaos. I'm just bringing it what it desires. More chaos.
Can we not leave the girls out of this?
And Ikea, are you going to say anything?
I couldn't give one less of a fuck about this idiot's bullshit philosophies. I'm just. Bifrost seems to want to engage for some reason, but you're just letting them have their moment.
Yeah, from your experience around Bifrost is very much about people and about what drives people, their motivations, their desires, and sometimes to a fault. You've seen it in the ranch any number of times where Bifrost will try and intercede for the Goblerans to continue to do tinkering with things that honestly tend to break stuff as much as they tend to make things. Or giving, Rune space to brew things, which caused Rune to sometimes not be, at her best because of inebriation or whatever else, or, any number of things where Bifrost is very much about trying to let people be themselves, even if it's not always for everyone's benefit. It's a flaw. And yes, for this fool, this person that you have seen so far that seems kind of mad and a little messed up, Bifrost is somehow still trying to figure out a way to find something that would satisfy Xulgoth's twisted desire without leading to everyone having to suffer. So yeah, Bifrost is entertaining stuff that most people would say, like, that's just crazy, this guy's nuts. I need Kwai to be okay. She needn't be a part of this. And I know that it is entertainment for you to see us struggle and find our way and find the thing that you are hiding. But I want to give you the chance to move beyond that which is petty.
Why do you seek to protect these girls? What is it for you?
Without a facial features, Xulgoth doesn't see all the many things going through Bifrost's head. Confusion and consternation and soul searching, and it takes a moment, and the hand that's free sort of rotates a couple of times just to sort of indicate that there's a process going on. And then finally Bifrost looks at Xulgoth and says, I am a caretaker. I was created for the purpose of taking care of others. And it brings me fulfillment to do so. And I am invested in the lives of those around me, even those who do not agree with me. And Bifrost sort of nods vaguely even towards Xulgoth. And I struggle to understand sometimes the opposition that I see in the many people around me, for the world is full of fascinating things, and I think it is larger than any of us give it credit for. But if I can do a thing to help others, then anything less would be selfish. You've seen some of the things we do, the things that aren't caused by your tasks. You know that, yes?
I see you bumble about, interfering in affairs that have nothing to do with you.
Sometimes they have nothing to do with you, too, correct?
Most often, yes.
And there is a purpose. While we are not always successful, we are trying to change the equation. I understand it may seem like folly, but that is not a reason not to try. I understand that this is probably not why you brought us here. Do you have something else you wish to know?
Did I bring you here? I assumed you just came for a visit.
I did knock.
Yes,
I
you
will hold
did.
your tea. If you would like, I can hold the tea. I cannot consume it. Would that make you feel more respected?
I have no idea why you came. I have no idea why you came to this castle.
Your castle is very confusing.
Why,
Do you have a
thank
map?
you.
Is there a map? It led us here. I assumed that was you leading us to you.
Why, yes. But if I had a map, it probably wouldn't do you any good because, as you can tell, the castle keeps changing. Once you go out that door, you probably won't find yourself at the same staircase anymore.
So, we are at an impasse then? There is no solution for now?
I assume you've come to rescue that lovesick little girl. That poor girl who just took a spill.
That is not precisely what happened.
Is it?
No.
Have you ever wondered about the circles under the dear girl's eyes? She hasn't been sleeping well lately, has she?
That is a matter that is not of physical issue.
Are you sure?
I think it is a symptom of mental trauma, struggles, personal.
But it can lead to physical issues, don't you know? It could lead to exhaustion. It could lead to all kinds of physical health issues.
That is part of the difficulties of biological existence.
And you know, the dreamscape and the nightmare realms, they really are much closer than you may realize. Someone experienced enough might just skip and hop between the two seamlessly.
Bifrost makes some notes.
How easy it was to play upon her emotions and her feelings for one person in particular.
I see. Why do you have such animosity for the child?
She's a guardian. They're both guardians.
They're not the only ones.
Yes, but their love, their bond, makes them stronger. It makes them more powerful. Too powerful.
Are you saying that love is a strengthener for a guardian?
Love is pathetic. It's a worthless emotion.
It seems
Make me
as
a
though,
perception check.
yeah,
Both of you. Yeah, Kia notices this. Kia, you think there's more to... You think there's more to it than that. You think there might be something that... Maybe something that happened in his past that might be driving him?
Okay.
We must continue to look. From what I gather, you are not willing to assist us at this time.
You can look around the castle all you like. It is so easy to play a person's emotions for another. One might just manage to drive a wedge in between. People's emotions, you see, are a fragile thing. They can also be a weakness.
Sometimes it can be used to change the path of a person's life.
It can. I've seen it.
I believe
You have no idea what those two become with their love intact.
Sorry, that was a little bit of personal humor there, but I didn't want to break the narrative.
Yeah.
Understood. I appreciate your candor.
He steps up, stands up from the chair, and he says, "You know, you chase me around the world hunting for the Black Aegis. You don't know where it is, do you? Thought not. Anyhow, and yet you come back here to the scene of the crime, to the site of our last great show. And do you even wonder why, pray tell, you would find me here of all places? You know, I'm a busy man."
This is a place of great importance to you.
Oh, but of course you know I have a rare ability. Unlike you, I can be in more than one place at the same time. As we speak, I am continuing my search for the Black Aegis. I bet I will find it before you. This is all just biding of time. Atlantia, Highwind, you name it, I am already there, searching the far corners of the world.
Well, I am certain that whatever you will do with it is different than what I will choose to do.
Now do go on and enjoy your time in the funhouse.
May I still have the cup of tea?
Sure, have all you like. I have tons.
Bifrost will pick up the pot. Is it still very hot?
Kind of lukewarm.
Oh, that's disappointing. I was hoping for warm tea. So,
Even though Bifrost can't drink any tea.
no, but the heat is pleasant. So, I will begin to look. Everything else is still roughly here.
Yeah.
With differences. And what we're looking for is not present. So, I'm going to indicate to Kia, we will continue, and I am sure this will be amusing to you. Should you change your mind, you know that I will listen.
What are you, my therapist?
No, but should you feel the need for one, I can make a recommendation.
At the rate this world's going, therapist will be breaking in the dough.
So, is there another exit than the one that we came in by?
No.
I don't feel that he is going to do anything. I feel he was trying to keep us here to distract us while he continues his searching. So I will turn and exit, and I'm not guarding my back.
You're not guarding your back.
Nope.
Okay, so you exit through the door, and as you open the door, you notice there's no staircase anymore. It's now just a hallway.
Well, something interesting will be there.
Yeah, there is something interesting. Now there's mirrors along the walls.
Okay. Do you wish for me to go first? I say to Kia.
Up to you.
Okay. I don't think I need to maintain my locate for the moment, because that's the only one in this location, correct? There's nothing... There's
Yeah.
not another one in the building.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll keep it up for now, and then once we're in the hall and away from the door, I'll turn to Kia and ask Kia, do you want me to keep track of where he is? I can continue to track him even as the place continues to change.
Couldn't hurt.
I'll maintain it for now, then. So, let's continue. I'm sorry that we were delayed. I'm sure that that seemed less than fully meaningful.
That's fine.
I believe that there is trauma in what we heard. And I hope that sometimes his monologuing and statements may give us some kind of insight into the next step that he's leaning towards. I just wish there was some way to communicate effectively. Many people say that he is mad, but I believe that there is a purpose in a lot of these actions, and I think we heard some of it.
Maybe.
I have not found the answer yet, though, so your conclusions are as valid as any that I have. So, he searches everywhere for the Black Aegis. Was that not also what we were supposed to find?
Yes.
That
we
we were supposed to guard back in the museum.
No.
Yes.
There was something in the museum that he was going after. At least that was the tip that we were given. But you were not entirely sure what that was. It might have had something to do with the Black Ages, you're not sure. Or it might have been just a trap to lure you in with Kwai and Ira and attack Kwai. Who knows?
Sorry, so we're looking for Black Aegis to cure this.
No, the Black Aegis is an artifact that the party was tipped up to at the start of the season.
Okay. But what we're looking for is still somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Around here.
Yeah,
Okay.
what you're looking for right now to save Kwai is somewhere in this castle. You're not sure. You're not exactly sure what it is. You just know that Luna said that you will know it when you see it.
And for all we know, our companion, Evelyn, may be on a beeline to it directly.
Well, she's actually still following you.
Okay. Oh, so she is present with us?
Yes.
I thought she was lost in another location.
No, just Rick.
Okay. And I don't believe that Rick is harmed, although perhaps bound is likely.
You just know that Xulgoth said that Rick was a little wrapped up at the moment.
Yes, which gave me instant, like, mommy vibes.
So how long are we planning on running with just the two of us? So, because I don't know if we're going to be joined. Yeah, anyone at this point. And honestly, I'm not feeling great at the moment.
Fair. Well, we're in the mirrored hall now.
Mm-hmm.
What would you prefer to do, Seth? Do you want to continue going to a set location that you're planning to head to, or?
I can end a little early tonight. I can end it at around 8. And I can just find a spot, a short play that would be a good spot to end at.
Okay.
So you travel along this mirror hallway, and as you walk past these mirrors, many of them kind of, as you look at these mirrors, they kind of they're kind of like fun mirrors. You know the kinds of mirrors from fun houses and such. They're kind of like that. So in one mirror, Bifrost looks like a giant fat robot, and in another mirror, Kia has a fat head.
Are any of the images moving independent from us?
Make me a perception check. Jackie's typing. $32 and 18. Kia's a little distracted with the reflections. Bifrost, you don't think so, but as you walk past the mirrors, you kind of think for a second that you're just seeing things.
Yes.
You really just think that you're just seeing things. But as you walk past, it kind of seems like the eyes in the reflections are following you. They're like moving around. They're moving as you move past. But you kind of just brush it off as like, I must be seeing things.
I can believe that. I think he is confused by us being here. It may be that he does not realize that he holds the key to things. Also, you got the intimation there that he had been manipulating one or both of them through their dreams, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
Do you,
just at the moment.
no problem. Well, I think I'm going to let Crystal know. I assume Luna is going to be very busy working with the healers, but I will take a moment to let Crystal know what we've come across, and to share with her not only that likely he was manipulating them through their dreams, and also that he is sending his multiples out right now searching for the Black Aegis. And we are progressing through this very changeable building.
Yeah. So Crystal is kind of surprised at that news. She's like, so he's able to travel to the dreamscape and nightmare realms? That changes things a little bit. That makes him possibly more dangerous than we thought he was.
He said it was not a very different barrier. He works at strange angles from our perceptions, especially with his multiples. It is at least positive to know that he's willing to admit this, as well as to think that we have no way of dealing with it. I would say after this, we need to find a way to protect them from manipulation in this fashion.
Yes. I might have a friend who can help. Years ago, there was an incident in a village to the east where everyone was in a deep sleep, and when we got to the village, we suddenly were pulled into another plane entirely. We were actually pulled into the Awakening, which is a realm that sits between the mortal realm and the dreamscape and the nightmare realms. It situates between them, and we were pulled into that realm, and we met a dream Mystimon there called Dawn, the Angel of Awakening. Kind of surprising that some Mystimon are actually sentient, are actually sapient. They have intelligence, they can communicate. But anyways, I might be able to try to get in contact with Dawn and see if maybe he can help protect them.
That will be important. We're going to continue to search.
Yeah.
I don't believe that Xulgoth understands that he possesses what he does. But he sees this as a game of distraction while he searches. So,
he sees everything in the game.
true. But I think we learned some pieces of why. Trauma, issues. I will try to speak with you again when we see each other to tell you more.
Alright. Do be careful.
Oh, it will be no problem. He has no desire to harm us directly. It's too amusing.
For now.
I do not believe things will change. Not in the near future. Although perhaps that will annoy him.
And Kia, as Bifrost is getting off the Comstone with Crystal, make me a perception check.
I'll story point it, why not?
Okay. A little bit better. Just slightly. You notice out of the corner of your eye a shadow kind of rise up out of the floor, and it's kind of hovering there above the floor, about a few feet off the floor. This shadow is about maybe 4 feet tall, and it's just hovering there above the floor, just a couple of feet off the floor. And this shadow looks like it's kind of got a cloak on, a black ashy cloak, and you can see these azure eyes looking back at you. And then the shadow turns around and disappears through the door that you just came through. And that is where I'm going to end today's session. We are ending a little early today. Apologies, folks. It looks like Evelyn's player couldn't make it today, and Kia's not feeling like herself today. Are you?
No, I feel a bit off.
Okay, so do get better. Do get well soon. And reminders, everyone, do catch us for part 1 of Curse of Dragons, the Kineticist playtest event, on Wednesday. And until then,